Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is AmanChopra, and today I'm going to be showing you how I used Quizlet to improve my grades. Now, I'll be splitting the video into three parts, which is how Quizlet works, how I use it personally, and why it's better than just reading your notes. But before I show you, make sure you hit that subscribe button below and hit that bell icon so you get notified about any new videos coming soon, and do stay till the end for a little bonus as well. Although most of you are familiar or have heard of Quizlet, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's essentially an app that allows you to use different learning tools and flashcards to study for various topics and test yourself on them in order to help you prepare for any assessments. It works on both iOS and Android devices, and they also have a browser version which is really helpful if you're low on storage space or if you want to avoid distractions on your phone. So kicking off with how Quizlet works, with its amazing UI, the functions are really simple, and for this video I'm going to be using my iPhone, but you can also use whatever device that you own. So once you've downloaded the app and have made a free account, as I've already done, you'll see that the app takes you to the main screen where you can view your sets and folders, and there's also a button that says upgrade in case you want to use Quizlet Plus, which just gives you access to some more features like these, but I personally use a free version which is still loaded with plenty of useful features, and so I find it good enough for my needs. If you click on this little search icon here at the bottom, you can see that there's a search bar, and this is one of the features that I find really cool because it lets you use other people's pre-created study sets so that you can save time and get to reviewing more faster. So let's say, for example, I have a history test coming up on World War I. All I would have to do is look it up into the search bar, and boom, just like that, a bunch of study sets pop up for me to study from. But let's say I wanted to make my own study sets. All I would have to do for that is click this little plus icon here at the bottom, and you get three options from here. And so I'm going to choose the first one, which is create a study set, and from here you can give your flashcards a title, a description, and if you upgrade to Quizlet Plus, as I mentioned before, you can get some extra features such as being able to scan a document which instantly makes study sets for you. And if we scroll down below, this is where you can insert your own terms and definitions using the information from your notes. So now that you know how Quizlet works, here's how I use it personally. When I have to memorize various types of information for my quizzes, tests, or just assessments in general, all I do is take my information and create study sets out of them in Quizlet. So for example, as you can see here, I made some sets for my Chemistry 12 class on topics such as reaction kinetics, dynamic solubility, equilibrium, and acids and bases. And something I find really sick about Quizlet is that it gives you so many different ways to review and memorize the information. So say we go to the reaction kinetic study set, and here you can see that you get an overview of your entire set. You have the title and a download button next to it in case you want to study when you don't have access to Wi-Fi, and you also get 5 different ways to review information, which I'll quickly go through. So you have the option to use the learn method, which lets you test yourself with flashcards, and after you finish, it tests you again depending on how well you know the content. You also have the flashcards method, which I'll expand on more in a minute. You have the write method, where you get the question or term for your flashcards, and then you type the answer definition. Then you have the match method, where you just match the questions or terms with the answers or definitions. And lastly, you have the test method, which lets you to test yourself using any of the last 4 methods I just mentioned. So all of Quizlet's 5 reviewing methods are fantastic. My personal and favorite one is their flashcards method, which I use for content-heavy topics, which in my case is chemistry. So what the flashcard method allows me to do is go through my created cards one by one. And so for example, I have this card over here on which I use my notes to form a question. And so if I were studying and trying to actively recall the answer, I could click the card to see the answer afterwards, and if I got it correct, I could start the card to the right to mark it as got it again, or to the left to mark it as study again if my answer was wrong. And one of the cool features about the flashcards method on Quizlet is that it gives you the option to re-review the cards you got wrong and mark as study again, which then show you where you need to put more of your time and focus. And I find this to be extremely efficient because not only does it make my understanding of the topic more better, but it also allows me to study without wasting time, and instead of studying on what I already know, it helps me to make my weak areas more stronger. So after you've seen how Quizlet works and how I use it, here's why it's better than just reading your notes. Many students might naturally go to reading their notes where they think that, hey, if I go through all the information and I read everything, that it'll be fine and I'll remember because I've already read through it. But this is the wrong thing to do.
Stop it. Get some help.
And I've done this as well, and I realized that I didn't really give myself or my brain the opportunity to be tested, which is why I started using Quizlet as a means of retaining information. The reason for why using the flashcard method is more beneficial than just straight up reading information is because of a technique called active recall. Active recall is a studying technique in which it forces you to recall information while you're learning, so that in a way it tests you during your revision process. So for instance, if I had this question that asked, what is reaction kinetics, I would then try to recall the information from my memory and see if I can answer it without any help from my notes. and if I'm correct, then it shows I understand the question and the concept behind it, whereas if I'm wrong, then it means I need to spend more time on reviewing it. If you stay till the end, here is a little bonus as promised. Alongside these YouTube videos, I've also started a new email newsletter in which every Saturday I write and send an email relating to topics such as technology, productivity, lifestyle, and many other interesting things that I've found on the internet that week. And I'll be putting the link down in the description and comment section below, and it's completely free and super easy to sign up, so please do go check that out. But that pretty much wraps this video up today, guys. If you enjoyed it and learned something, please leave a like down below, comment down below, and hit the subscribe button so you get notified about any new videos. And if you missed my last video, which was on the popular note-taking app Notion and how I use it as a student, click right here to check that out. And as always, thanks for watching.